One of the biggest stresses I have living in the Philippines is the ability to get around Metro Manila. Often I spend quite a considerable amount of time trying to get myself a grab taxi or a motorbike taxi. And during peak hours, you can spend on average between 30 minutes to an hour, even up to 2 hours just trying to secure yourself a taxi back home or out of BGC. And this is super stressful. I hate my time being wasted by external factors that I can't control. And I've often contemplated what to do about it. I had a motorbike before, but got into an accident, and getting around on a motorbike doesn't actually solve the issue, and neither does a car. And so I've resorted to something that I've been thinking for almost over a year now, and that's getting myself one of these. Introducing my brand new electric scooter. Look at it. What a beast it is. And I can't wait to tell you about this particular electric scooter and run you through the numbers and show you the overall performance that this scooter can achieve, because it is unreal. This right here has solved my issue of being able to get around. I often describe being in BGC as kind of a bird in a cage, because you can't really leave whenever you want and you can't really come back whenever you want. So this solves that issue. Oh yeah! Now, firstly, where did I get this electric scooter? I got it from a store called Motur, spelled M-O-T-U-R, up in Tondo, Manila. I went from BGC all the way to Tondo, which was about 20 kilometers on a Move It, which cost me about 300 pesos just to go there. And they've got a very popular page and a wide array of electric scooters available. This electric scooter right here was actually not the scooter I was originally going to go for, but because they had such a wide array of scooters there, I was able to try multiple scooters that I was interested in with my price range and landed on this. Now, before I run you through the specs and the performance of this scooter, I just want to give a big shout out to Motor. The guys over there are super helpful, super young, and very knowledgeable. They helped me unbox this and set it up where I didn't even really have to lift a finger. I basically drove away from their shop all the way back to BGC and only consumed about 15% battery. If you're interested in getting yourself a scooter like this or any other scooter, I'll have a link to their Facebook page in the description below. But let me show you what the unboxing looked like. The unboxing begins. Yeah. Now, I've had this electric scooter for about 2 days now and have done about 97.2 kilometers according to the odometer on the screen here. And I've been getting used to it. I've been getting used to all the different speeds, and goodness me, this packs quite a lot of power. Let's try and demonstrate that first, and then run through the specs. Okay, I'm hoping you can hear me from all the way over here. I would say I'm about maybe 25 meters away from the camera. I'm going to flip my hat around and I'm going to go, I guess, in the quickest mode that I'm comfortable in. So we might hit about, well, let's just see. Ready, set, go. That is scary, man. That is really scary. Especially, this is the first time I'm riding this scooter today. It takes me a bit of a time to get used to the power. So let's just talk about the power. It's a dual motor scooter, and the power output from each motor is about 5,000 watts. It's dual suspension, So you can see the spring here and another one at the back there. And what I really love about the suspension on this is not only is it really comfortable and really floaty, but you have the ability to actually change the stiffness of the suspension. So if you want something a little bit more flexible, you can twist it one way. And if you want something a little bit more firm, when you've got like smoother rides and you want to hit higher speeds and have more stability in the higher speed range, then you can make the suspension more stiff. And what's particularly cool about the adjustability of the suspension is that it has these little clicks that you might be able to hear, but it just gives you kind of like a little bit of a haptic feedback to know that it's actually engaging or working. So it's also a good point of reference to know how many clicks you've gone one way or the other for your preference. Now, the build quality of this scooter is superior. Actually, I haven't even told you the model of the scooter. It's the Nami Klima base model. So it's got 70 kilometers of range and a top speed of 65 kilometers per hour, which I believe is overkill. I've ridden this thing at around about 56, close to 60 kph. And when you start getting at those speeds, your eyes begin to water. And I'm not comfortable with riding any faster than that. And for those who are watching in America, that's almost about 38-40 miles per hour on a scooter. Yes. And the build quality of this is superb. It's, I believe, made from an aluminium body, because when I tried to attach my Insta360 Go onto it, it wasn't magnetizing. So I think it's an aluminium frame. This stem here folds down through this clamp. So if you wanted to store it under a tight space, you can, or like put it into a car, obviously. This is a front LED light here. Boom. That's very, very bright and gives you a lot of visibility during night. We've also got daylight running lights here that never turn off. And it's got a little light here that turns green whenever you activate the indicator. So if you ever forget about them, you can just look down and you can see the little green light there, or the actual DRL light turning yellow rather than white. And there's also rear indicators as well as a brake light at the back too, to tell vehicles which way you're going. And then we've got the little dash for the scooter, which looks like a colored 7-segment display. It gives you your speed in kilometers per hour. It tells you your trip. It tells you your battery percentage as well, and the mode that you're currently in. Right now I'm in C mode, and I believe it goes D, which takes you up to 30 kilometers per hour. Then you have S, which is for sport mode, I believe, and that takes you up to 45. And C takes you up to about 56. And then you have X, which tries to get up to the top speed of 65 kilometers per hour. The throttle is this sort of thing here where I better make sure I activate this into D mode, or maybe actually even turn off the scooter, which I can do with this sort of like NFC kind of like key. I just tap it like that, turns the scooter off completely. And this is the accelerator here. So it's nice on the thumb. You can easily activate the accelerator like that, and you've got great modulation and control with this lever, which is the accelerator. Very, very good. Handlebars are comfortable. The brakes are also super, super sensitive. I have to brake with one finger in order to have proper control, because if I do 2 or even like 3 fingers, full blast, I am flying off this scooter, because the brake discs are that powerful and sensitive on this scooter. We also have this little switch here which controls the different modes and check different metrics on the scooter, such as battery temperature and your trip, as well as the odometer. Right under this flap here is where you actually charge the scooter. It's a 2-pin connector that just plugs in there. It takes about 6 hours to charge the scooter from a 0 state all the way up to full charge. Now the floorboard, or where you stand, is very, very comfortable. It's got this very grippy area with the Nami logo there. It's good for somebody that's very, very tall, because the wheelbase is long enough and it's wide enough too. And you've got this little bit here that you can kind of like step against, put your foot there when you really want to accelerate hard. I only found out about that yesterday, because when you go into the higher sports mode, the acceleration and throttle becomes much more responsive and quicker. And so if you place your foot here, you can kind of counteract the torque and the momentum of the scooter trying to go that way with your foot placement here.
From the motor?
Motor?
From down in
Tondo.
Tondo.
Yeah. Did you go?
There and get it?
I did, yeah. 20 kilometers from here. They are, right? Nice and sleek. Yeah. Kind of a bit of a sleeper, because it doesn't look too beefy, right? Yeah, it's adjustable.
Is it?
Yeah, so when I got it out of the box, it was quite floaty. I cranked it up like the stiffness because when you're going at high speed, right, you want something a little bit more stiffer that can handle the power.
Yeah, those go pretty good, like
65 kph. Yeah, I'm flying by scooters and cars. And what's great is you can mount the road, the pavement whenever you want, which kind of like beats the traffic. Yeah, I honestly think it's the solution to. Oh, it's good. The guys are really nice, really friendly, very knowledgeable, and they've got like a wide array of scooters. So I wasn't actually going to go for this. I was going to go for something else, but I landed on this because I'm quite tall. I'm a bit heavy. And this kind of had like the best integration in terms of the electronics, the power, and the smoothness to be able to get on the power as well.
This was like 80,000 or
90,000.
90,000.
90,000 pesos. I'm also thinking about getting like a range extender because it's rated 70 kilometers, but I found the way I drive, you could probably hit 40. Yeah. You know, that range thing is all about like, you got to drive at 15 to 20 miles per hour, constant speed, perfect conditions. And that's how like all the scooters are rated. But real world, real world, I think you can get about between 30 and 40. You get the range extender, you're probably hitting like 80 or 90. Well, I just spent the last 30 minutes talking with those guys about this new Nami scooter. It is something that draws a lot of attention because of its sleek black design. Like I said to them, this scooter is a sleeper because it is sleek enough where it doesn't look like it packs a lot of power. But again, 5,000 watt dual motors, top speed of 65 kilometers per hour. This thing, once again, is a beast, and I absolutely love it. And there is zero regret of me purchasing this scooter because the price range, it's priced at 90,000 pesos. With that type of budget, you get something that packs performance, but also is not super big and super heavy and doesn't break the bank, which is quite important, especially when you want to get into this sort of thing. And it's so nimble to ride. Now, the only thing is, because of the power, I have no idea how I'm going to film myself or film scenes of me riding myself. I guess I'm going to have to do like stationary shots, etc. because no way am I riding this thing one-handed. I can't. It's too quick. I mean, I could try, but it's scary. Let's take you around. Okay, I'm trying to ride this scooter one-handed. I'm in the lowest mode possible. And right now I'm doing about 9 kilometers per hour, which is not too bad. Like, I do feel like I have somewhat quite good stability like this. But if I start cranking the speed up here, yeah, it's going to get quite scary. So driving at low speeds like this, I can do one-handed driving. Oh, let's try and up it a little bit. 11 kph. Oh, come on, car, get out of the way. Woo! Now you can see my little Bose speaker there. I like to crack some tunes on when I'm like going for a zip at night or during the day. It's pretty good. It's actually very loud as well. This is the speaker that my mate Justin gifted me for my birthday, and it's held up pretty well. It has about maybe 4 hours of continuous battery life if you're playing music out loud on like maybe 75-80% volume. But look at this, it's so smooth and it's so quiet as well. Like some of these motorbikes around BGC and Metro Manila, they will absolutely cause a racket through the city just to get to like 40 kilometers per hour, where this gets to 40 kilometers per hour in a couple seconds and it doesn't even make a hum. It's so quiet and deadly. I love it. It's, I think, my best purchase in 2024. Yeah. Great purchase to end the year off. Man, I tell you, to get those shots is not easy, especially with this new tripod. I've got a much bulkier and heavier tripod that I use for my videos. Trying to get those shots was almost near impossible. Like my hand is very sore now. I just realized the stoplights are broken. They all show 1 second. You see? It says 1 second there, and then it says 1 second over there too. What the frick is going on? I guess we just gotta cross, eh? Like everyone else is. Oh, one thing I haven't shown you guys. You know they like to honk here in Manila. Well, this has got quite a honk. Listen to this. So I can be a menace if I want to as well in Metro Manila. What on earth is going on with the traffic system, man? All right, we made it to the high street. I was just watching the footage back, and honestly, it is kind of cliche to compare it to what I've got in mind, but it honestly gives me those vibes. It really does feel like a Batmobile, this, especially the way the wheels are so thick and stubby and rounded as well. The suspension is very akin to that of the Batmobile as well, and the sleek black profile. Whew, I love it. I am a big Nami fan, and I've ridden these Nami scooters in the past, and it has always been my favorite scooter to ride. I've ridden the Dualtrons, I've ridden the Xiaomis and other scooter brands from China, but in terms of comfort, the integrity of the electronics, power and everything, just like the overall product, I think nothing beats the Nami scooter line. Honestly, say what you will, that's my honest opinion. And I'm not saying that because I own one, I'm saying that because I test drove other scooters on the market, and this is the winner. Now, BGC at the moment is very, very busy. It's starting to get even busier as we approach rush hour. So I'm going to go somewhere a little more quiet. I'm going to head over to McKinley, Park McKinley Hill area, because the roads there are very, very wide, and I think absent of people and vehicles. And if I'm not filming, it will literally take me about 2 to 3 minutes to get there on this. Before I set off to McKinley, I'd probably just want to give you a little agility test, because this thing is very nimble, and I think these trees here on the high street can demonstrate that perfectly. It's like a little obstacle course. Oh, can't really do that very well here, but hopefully that little 5 second to 10-second demonstration was enough to show you the nimbleness of this scooter. All right, folks, we've made it to Park McKinley Hill. Got my Nami scooter parked there, and earlier I was actually doing a few speed runs up and down here because it is a 6-lane highway that goes in one direction, and the speed limit is actually 30 kilometers per hour. I hate your motorbike. Your motorbike sucks. What a racket. There should be a ban on the amount of noise that these things generate. Get yourself an EV scooter. You'll go quicker and it'll be less of a racket. But what's funny is I'm going to be able to beat that speed limit of 30 kilometers per hour on this scooter. But I'm standing outside 2 condos right here. Actually, this is the Albany condo that I featured previously, and then the St. Moritz is just over there. 2 exclusive condos from Mega World, low rise, 8 floors, really big cut units from like, I think 70 to 90 square meters starting, and that go up to 220 square meters. Anyway, enough about the condo. We're making a scooter kind of like review almost. Well, I'm just featuring it really. Woo, I wonder if the audio is still being picked up from the mic. See, the lowest speed mode is D, and then the next one up is Sport, which takes you to 45 kilometers, and then the next one is C, and I'm usually in C, and that gets you to about 56 kilometers per hour. I've never gone into X because I'm just worried about the throttle response, like it's a bit too sensitive. And the speed limit of this scooter is 65 kilometers. I don't really need to go above 60. It's too fast. But anyway, let's do a little drag test here in McKinley. 3, 2, 1, here goes nothing. Whoa! Whoa! Look at this! Woo! My goodness me, the speed on this and the acceleration too, the torque of EV motors is unparalleled. Internal combustion engines got nothing on the amount of torque these scooters and EV vehicles generate. The acceleration is just unreal. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Woo! You know, nothing is sped up, guys. That was all in real time. You really gotta lean into the braking and the acceleration if you want to go at those speeds. If you're driving around about, 30 kilometers per hour, it's not too bad, especially in D mode. You take it to sport mode and C mode, yeah, you really got to counter the sort of the inertia of the scooter. So if it's accelerating forwards, you got to lean forwards to counter the kind of like uplift that the scooter wants to generate because of the direction in which the wheels are spinning and torque is being applied. And it's the same with braking. When you're braking forwards, you kind of want to lean back to counteract the gravity shift forwards. This is my review of the Nami scooter. As you can tell, it's an incredible looking scooter which packs incredible performance. It looks sleek. The product integration gives me a lot of confidence to really rip on this. Even though I've only done about 100 kilometers, you can pick it up really quickly. And I think Nami is one of the best brands on the market. And if you've got the budget, if you're looking to spend around about 47,000, 50,000 pesos or about 1,000 USD, just spend a little more. Just go over your budget by like maybe 30% and get yourself one of these. Because you know what I say? If you buy cheap, you buy twice, and you don't want to do that with your first EV scooter. Just get something like this, save up a little bit more money to get yourself something that you don't need to change for a very long time. You don't want to purchase something and then regret it because it only goes up to like 40 kilometers per hour or the range is very limited. Get something that goes up to 70 kilometers in range and that goes up to speeds of 60 kilometers per hour. It's more than you need to get around the city. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up my video here, folks. If you enjoyed today's video of the Nami scooter Klima base model, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like today's video, and share it with friends and family, and I will see you in the next video here on the channel. Many thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye from Park McKinley West.